Oh, hello everyone. Susie here from Esoteric Trading Solutions. I hope you're well, looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, being kind to your family, your parents, your good friends, your beautiful animals, your beautiful pussycats, your beautiful dogs, and generally just being kind to people in the world just to make this a better place. Just thought I'd look at the market very quickly. This will be a 10-minute update on all markets. It has been risk on overnight, which means everything's being bought up in terms of the equity market particularly, and risk assets as well as credit assets as well as hybrid assets. Basically, you can't go against the Fed in terms of putting on the money to bail out the whole equity market per se from this coronavirus. The market is really quite bullish in terms of economic activity going forward, even though economic figures that came out were still quite bearish. But the market is certainly expecting a rebound in the US, particularly, as Jamie Dimon said, they're quite bullish no matter what. So it does seem to me that any economic figures that come out of the US, they're just going to buy the equity market particularly. Now, the Dow got through 26,000. It's around 26,600. It looks like it's going to about 3,000, 30,000 to me. The S&P 500 basically got through 3,000. It's around 3,038, something like that at the moment, if you have a look at this. Also, the NASDAQ got to 9,500. So the central banks are in there turning on the money bags, and the European Central Bank came out the other night and said they were going to release $500 billion worth of grants and $250 billion worth of loans. With this, though, you do have bank companies like Boeing that are saying that they're going to put off a lot of people, thousands of jobs per se. But also President Trump's talking about some sort of go back to work sort of bonus, almost like a baby bonus that we had in Australia years ago to get the population increasing. So it's certainly risk on. The 10-year yield in the US is around 0.67 at the moment. The European Central Bank is, Christine Lagarde said they will put on the money taps. The objectors to that, though, were Sweden, Austria, Netherlands, and Denmark, who said that it wasn't that necessary. So we did see Euro-US go through 110. It actually outperformed the US on the night. Pound looks quite weak. The Prime Minister came out and said Brexit would be done and dusted by the 31st of December, which seemed very optimistic to me. Certainly, basically what's going on now is toing and froing between the US and China over trade wars and trade tariffs, and President Trump's expected to come out with more sanctions, particularly with the argy-bargy with China and Hong Kong, which is not a great story in itself, okay? There's also talk in crypto land that the Chinese digital currency may overtake the US or could be a problem for the US dollar. I sort of find that hard to believe in saying that. Coupled with that, the Aussie did get through 66.20 last night. So the Aussie, to me, seems to be very expensive at 66.20. I mean, for me, if it gets to 66.50, I'd be looking for a sell on the Aussie, particularly. I think the equity market in the US is going to go higher and higher at the moment, so I'd just go with it. I wouldn't go against it, that's for sure. And if we look at crypto land very quickly, Coinbase bought another operation overnight as well. XRP's got resistance at 0.20. Brad Garlinghouse is still annoyed with the complacency of crypto legislation coming out of the UK, particularly. South Korea is looking at changing their own cryptocurrency laws. There was some story about hacks on the Trezor and Ledger. Allegedly, that's actually not correct. Apparently, it's just false. We have seen the crypto market come down a little bit. The Bitcoin is through 9,000 as such. As I said, XRP is hitting resistance at 0.9195. But a lot of the small cryptos are doing pretty well, actually. Ones in my portfolio, particularly like Engine, are up 14%. Engine, what else we got? Tron's up. Also, we've got the Key, which we've got 11% up. Funfair's up 20%. A lot of the smaller cryptos are doing pretty well, which is a good story. There's some negative stories on EOS now. I've never liked EOS, 4.2 billion. Apparently, the SEC is looking at them in terms of their ICO, that they pumped up the price, okay? So EOS is on the nose, and I've always said that. And also Monero, apparently Monero's mining malware infected about 1,000 corporations. Also, they're being delisted, Monero, on certain exchanges. So that's why I don't like cryptocurrencies, okay, that are private let me qualify that are private cryptocurrencies, okay? So Monero has been alleged with porn and all sorts of things, which is not a great story. So going forward, I do think the equity market's going to continue to rise. Also, I've got to mention commodities. In commodity land, gold still looks pretty good. It's above 1,700. I think gold could easily get through 2,000 against the US. Oil, WTI is back up about $35. It did get up there, and now it's about $33. So we just have to see, but I do think gold is a buy for sure. Some of the soft commodities that have been weak, like wheat, wheat and sugar and those sort of things, I do believe will start to rise, particularly because there is a shortage of food globally. So there are a couple of areas that I'm quite bullish on. I am bullish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I think, can go higher than 9,000. Ethereum doesn't look too bad to me either if they get their protocol source, proof of stake, I should say, up and working. We are waiting on Cardano and that sort of thing. But look, I think there's a lot of value in the cryptocurrency market at the moment, and I'm doing quite a few reviews and looking at some additional coins to the portfolio. Okay, that's me for the day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you.